20 minutes later.
Of course, this thing. Anyway, all right. Hey, Michael, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Hello, Drake.
Hello, hello, hello.
Somebody give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. All right, cool. All right, cool. All right, Bear. I had, when you in practice everything goes fine until you actually need to go live, and then
Nothing works.
Nothing went right.
Say hi, Harley. Say hello, everybody.
Hey, JJ, Miss Lisa, how you guys doing? Welcome. Hold on, because I was just sweating because I was getting aggravated.
He was fighting with the computer. He was fighting with technology. AC Drake, oh, we love you too. Thank you.
I had to turn the ceiling fan on, and I had to realize that the camera is up there.
I know, I'm looking at the screen too. Sorry, guys. Something to get used to. How's everybody doing on this amazing Tuesday night?
So are we,
Mr.
Thank so you. Are we, Drake. So are we. Hold on, I have to move this closer because I can't see.
Yes, he needs the fan and everything. He was whoo job.
Jay, you don't understand, JJ. Like all of a sudden, Safari, I got told that my browser wouldn't support live, and then so I had to switch to Chrome, and then nothing worked, and then we got in, and then it said live is not working. So I had to turn it all off and it was yeah.
Good, tired, regular workday stuff, but I'm off tomorrow, so yay me.
Yeah, my baby's off tomorrow. So we get to chillax together. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Michael. It's gonna go to her head, but she's right so now. Let me tell you, you'll see some of it in
JJ say chillax to yes. Haven't heard that since the
80s. You'll see it in the vlog tomorrow.
He wore her out.
But we went walking to Lexi's job today. So she's tired. I'm telling my age, JJ. I mean, I was a baby in the 80s, but still. Hey, Angel. I don't know, maybe half hour. I could have done it a lot quicker, but I had Harley. But I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 minutes, something like that. It was no more than half an hour. My brother's in here. What up, dude? You guys, Michael Marquez, that's my brother. That's my home dude. We go back, way back. Red light, green light, pity pat.
Same bedroom.
The same bedroom. Thank you.
Harley's a beautiful dog. I have a dog named Cinnamon. We had to give him up because we lived in a car for. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. That sucks. Like we fought tooth and nail to make sure that we didn't have to do that, but it was scary.
It was scary. The thought that we were
distance wise, JJ,
be somewhere and not be able to take her, but
I don't know, maybe 2 miles, maybe I don't even think maybe a mile.
Hey Mia, how are you?
It wasn't far at all. It's like a 4-minute car drive.
Literally 4 minutes.
Yeah, like it's not like Lexi, for instance. Lexi gets off at 5:30. I left here at 5:25, and I got there right on time. Hey, learn with me.
Nia.
Nia. Oh, Nia. Okay. Hey, Nia.
Pets are family. Absolutely.
Nia from New York City. Whoop whoop.
This is my girl.
Yes, pets are family. Like I don't know how many of you saw the original vlog, the broken homeless, the one we did in our daughter's garage, but like she kept us going. Like she was our reason to, like, we were like, she needs to eat every day, so she was our reason. Hey,
Thanks.
Marina.
Thanks, Nia. Hey, Maureen. How are you?
I know, right? Next week it is Thanksgiving. Our son is coming down to visit with our daughter-in-law and our fur grandbaby, so that's awesome.
Dogs are a blessing. Look at. How can you not look
Yes,
at this
Leah.
face?
Yes, our very first live. It is awesome for you guys. It's awesome that you guys are here and you guys were interested in doing it. I went live very early on my channel, on this channel a few months back, and it didn't do so good. I was talking to the screen.
It's up there, babe.
Pets and toddlers are life. Yes, JJ. Yeah.
Focus. Thank you, Maureen.
Oh, thank you, Marina. Maureen. Sorry, I'm not wearing my glasses. Marina. Maureen.
Aguilar.
So just so you know, I'm new at this. Like I've never been monetized before. So, but I know some of you have asked how you can support the channel. So if you'd like, no pressure. There's all sorts of like super chats and stuff down here, that you could do. If you like, no pressure. Again,
That's not what we're here for.
Yeah, just to have you guys here is awesome. So if you like, feel free. But we're here to vibe. I hear you grew up around animals. My mom wasn't so much a dog lover. Like she's okay with dogs, but she wasn't. I wouldn't say she was a dog lover like we are. Like she liked Harley. She likes Harley.
Yeah, she had a good relationship.
No, thank you, Michael. But no, like I said, man, no pressure. Like we are just the fact that you guys are here and vibing with us and chilling. So like times is tough for everybody, man. So like we totally get it. But like I said, some people have asked in the comments of the video. So
thank you, Nia. Yes, sharing is caring. Oh yeah, she thinks she's a baby. She doesn't realize that she weighs like 60 pounds. That in the next 2 minutes, my leg is going to be asleep because
yes, Nia,
her weight is.
In tomorrow's vlog. There's a picture that I'm gonna put up just so y'all can see it, or I may put it on a post. But literally, she climbed into my arms the other night while I was laying down. Like Lexi snapped a picture, and I'm literally holding her like this.
She thinks she's a baby.
Yeah. Everybody is, man. Like it's.
Harley has been spoiled since the day she came home, and you know it, Michael.
Michael went. My brother Mike. He went.
Her name is Harley.
He went with me to go pick her up, and literally, yeah, she's been spoiled since the day we brought her home. Harley, like Quinn.
Her name is Harley Quinn.
Harley, yeah, her name is Harley Quinn. Because quick funny story. When my brother Michael Marquez, when he's the one that convinced us to get a boxer. We wanted a dog, but he's the one that convinced us to get a boxer. And when he asked, the breeder was like, well, what do you want in your dog? And Lexi said, she wants feistiness and attitude and sass and stuff. My brother went. I don't know where the hell we drove to go pick her up, but we drove somewhere, and we met in a parking lot. And when the breeder rolled up, there was a dog barking, just one dog barking in the back of the car. And when the breeder came to the back of the car, she was like, "You picked my barker. Thank you so much." And it was Harley.
She was making a statement even then.
Hey, Ginger!
At 8 weeks old.
I was expecting you. You were so excited when you saw the message. So I was like, "Oh, Ginger's gonna be there." Yeah, so we named her Harley before we even got her. We knew that was going to be her name.
And she fits the name.
Yeah, Michael and my brother got her brothers. So our daughter has one of her brothers, and my brother's got the oldest of the siblings.
Thank you.
Thank you.
She's a cutie pie.
Yeah.
She's a big baby.
Oh, Jules is knocked out. I would love to see what he looks. You guys send me a picture of what Jules looks like, bro. I want to see. I would love to see him. We are hanging in there, man. We're doing
I'm tired.
we're trying to make the best of the situation. I mean, it's better than what it was a couple weeks ago. God is good because I struggled to grow this channel since I decided to post consistently starting late September, October, and I wasn't gonna even do vlogs. And something told me to do it, and I posted. And every night in the hotel while Lexi was sleeping because she had to go to work, I was up all night trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong, why my videos are not being seen, and we came back to North Carolina, and within a week or so, or a few weeks, we posted a video.
Yes,
and
I do live streams.
it went like it did amazing. We posted a video. It was so long what we made, we had to cut it up in 3 videos, and those videos did amazing. And then a few weeks later, we posted another video about getting denied for an apartment, and then that one did even better. And we were like, wow. And each time you guys were coming in, and when I posted that first video, I had 340 subscribers. By the time we moved in here in October, that was in August. By the time we moved in October,
thank you, Nia.
We got we recently got monetized. So like we went from 300 to 1,000 in just a couple months. Like it was insane, like how it happened. And that's why they tell you, like, keep going, keep posting, because you never know, what video attracts and what resonates, and it just so happened to resonate with you fine people. So, and now we're here.
Can y'all see? Look at Harley's brother. He's a cutie.
His name is Jules. My brother came home with him first.
He's stinking cute.
And then a couple weeks later, I think
I fell in love.
Fell in love, and we got Harley.
Look at that cutie.
Yes, Nia. Don't give up. Don't give up. Exactly. Like I couldn't. Like something. I said this before, and you feel free to stop me if you want. But I had a goal.
Oh, thank you.
I had a goal, and my brother's the one that convinced me back in June of 2020. He was like, dude, the best thing you could do is start a YouTube channel and, do what you do. And I did. And that first channel went to crap, and like, it didn't do well. And so I started over, and I almost gave up. I almost decided not to do it. So when we went to Florida, I started this one, but then I wasn't posting consistently until, like I said, September of last year, when I was like, okay, like I think I'm ready to do this. And I couldn't give up. I felt it in my bones, that I had to do this. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because I tell Lexi all the time, like I was just telling her the other day, actually, that I'm like, everything got stripped from me, like I couldn't find a job. We lost our car, like we lost our belongings, we lost everything. The only thing I did not lose was my equipment.
Yes, I like to stream or else.
The only thing I did not lose was my equipment to continue to make content. Like that was it. So it just seemed like, purpose driven.
Agreed, Nia. Agreed.
What did she say?
Let's support small content creators who are authentic and stay real.
Agree. I do that now. Like there's
We
somebody
talk
out.
about that all the time.
Yeah. So it was a blessing. It happened the way it happened, and
I'm trying to do better too, guys. I'm not big with being in front of the camera. So that's why you see me, here and there and little bits and pieces. I'm
and she works, so that's why like
and that's the other thing is that, during the day I'm at work for the most part, so it's kind of hard to, I wear a uniform, and I don't want to be in uniform in front of the camera, so I try to,
and when she comes home, I try to respect her peace and I'm not like here's the camera, so that's why. But I've thought of ways, and you'll see it again starting tomorrow's vlog. I've thought of ways to incorporate her presence without her physically being here. So like I said, she works full time, so she doesn't get home to the earliest around 6. So and then it's eat, shower, and then lay down and get ready for the next day. So.
But I do. Like I said, I for me personally, like I want to do better because I feel like I can contribute a lot, adding my stories, and adding my time in there. I have stories for days.
No one cooked today, JJ. We had Chinese food. Like no one cooked. We were, to be very honest, and that's what this channel is about. Chicken is the cheapest, let me say that correctly. Chicken is the most cost-effective meat that you can buy now these days, and we're tired of eating chicken.
Yeah.
So
like fried chicken, baked chicken, chicken stew, so it's like,
so literally it was I was like, well, there's chicken legs, and we were both like, well, I don't want chicken, so we had some Chinese, which ironically I still had chicken. So
Nia said I cooked macaroni and added carrots and green beans. Hey.
Yeah, exactly.
I love green beans.
I had a sesame chicken, and Lexi had
spare tips with fried rice.
Yeah, so I'm kind of a, like, when I eat out, I'm kind of a, like, I eat the same thing everywhere I go.
Oh, Ginger, thank you. Sorry.
What did you just say?
You will prevail, have faith, and don't give up. And you will make it to the top. I will always support your videos and like your videos. Count on me.
Thank you.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, I know, JJ. I said that. That's what I said. She was like, you realize you just had chicken. But I eat the same thing everywhere I go. I suffer from anxiety. So I guess that's part of it. That's also why I wear sunglasses all the time, because I suffer from anxiety. So, like, I don't know, it kind of makes me.
Michael says sounds like bubblegum shrimp. Okay.
Yeah, like I literally, like, for instance, if I go to Burger King, I eat this. If I go to somewhere else, I eat that. And so everywhere I go, I just choose to eat the same thing. It's just, I also watch the same documentary every night, all night long. So
my same thing. Everywhere is shrimp off right now.
Thank you, Nia. Awesome. So I talked about something, and then I deleted it from the vlog, from tomorrow's vlog, because I was like, maybe they don't want to hear that. But, and I'll say it now. I'll say it now that we're live. But I used to, when I first started vlogging, I used to, the best way to learn is to watch other vloggers, right? To see what it is that they do. And the first vlogger I ever watched was a lady named Catherine Manning, who I think is awesome. I don't think she's on YouTube as much anymore, but she's awesome. But, because she was a woman, like, there was a lot that I didn't relate to. So I would try to find male vloggers, and I found some, and I noticed, like, the movements and the things that they captured and the things that they do. It was like almost everybody did the same exact thing. Like, every man has gone to the gym and drinking matcha and making a bed and doing this and doing that. And it's like, where's the, I don't drink matcha. I think
I just got up, I gotta go to work, and the bed's not getting made today, and like, where's that at?
Yeah, so I'm like, I feel like people only show the good stuff. And when if
matcha is gross, Michael.
if we get there, then
Sorry,
yeah,
guys,
I'll
if
show
anybody
some good
likes it,
stuff.
I don't
But
like it.
you know, also,
To me, it's gross.
you know, also, you know, it's about real life. It's like, you know, some excuse my language, excuse my French, ad people, but you know, shit happens in life. You know what I mean? And you know,
Ugh.
and sometimes, you know, like I said I deleted it, but like I said, like we all done had poop on our fingers before. You know what I mean? Like to pretend that it's all perfect and you know, here's this perfect life. Like that's boring. I don't want to see that crap. Like you stand in front of a Lamborghini or some high end car and start vlogging, like it makes me not want to watch you. Like I will exit out the video in a heartbeat. Like I want to see real people going through real stuff because that's real life, you know. Like so. But yeah, matcha is gross. It looks gross, like it's green, like a cup full of snot. Right, Nia. It's like, you know, it's like, you know, I mean, if that's your life, then cool. Then, you know, if it really is your life, then by all means, but not everybody's life is that curated and that perfect. And and it's a turnoff. Like, I'm like, yeah, you know, I don't, you know, and then everybody's got like the perfect body. And I'm like, well, I missed that memo. So,
You and Lexi seem very friendly and outgoing. You seem like people who would make the newbie feel welcome. That's the vibe I get. Yeah, that is us.
yeah, because thank you for that, JJ. But yeah, you know, again, man, we're just
like the, what is your thing called? The underdog. Like it's that whole, you know, you're always looking to make somebody else feel good, even when you're not feeling good. Like that's me. Even when I'm on my worst day, like I'm always looking to make somebody else feel good, somebody else smile. Like that's just who I am.
And that was literally my job in my last career. Like I was a district manager, but what I did was coach. Like I was a coach. Like my job was to, you know, build people up so that they can succeed and achieve the goals that they wanted professionally and personally. And now, you know, there's a quote, and I don't know if you have seen it. If you saw, I added it to one of my videos, but there's a quote that Muhammad Ali said once, which is one of in my top 3 favorite quotes, and that is the service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth. And that's just how we live our lives. And you know, it's like, you know, anybody could achieve greatness, you know what I mean? Like anybody can get to where they're going, but you know, helping somebody else achieve their greatness and have them achieve their goals, like that's the true mark of a great person, you know. And that's what we strive for, you know. The more people we can help, and you know, while we're on our way up, and teach somebody how we did it, and you know, in real life, and the real goal, and you know, by being flexible and open, and you know, that's what we want to do. Thank you. We did not find each other. She found me.
Just throw me under the bus.
She found me. She found me. She made a smart ass comment on one of my brother's Facebook posts. And I didn't respond because I didn't know who she was. But yeah. And then one day we're gonna tell that story.
I did. I was the one. I was the initiator of the chaos.
One day we're gonna tell that story, and it's
we'll have to do it on live because it's gonna be a story. Like I think it would be a lot
yeah.
of vlog. Like
I mean, I tell you it right now if y'all really want to hear it. My brother probably cringed because he's in the live right now, but if y'all really want to hear this long story, I'll tell you. But it is, you know.
So Nia, you do lives? Like you stream live? I'm gonna have to go check it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to search you and check out your live. What kind of content do you make, Nia? Did you say? I'm sorry if you said it.
I don't see.
Okay. All right. So I'll tell you. So one day, so here's the very beginning. So one day, my brother posted something about my nieces, his daughters,
About his daughter.
Well, they were both in the car, but about his oldest daughter, my oldest niece. He posted that she couldn't wait.
Who's a genius, by the way.
Yeah, she is very smart. Like smart is her gift.
She's a genius.
She couldn't wait to get home to do homework. So on the way home, picking them up for school, she literally pulled out her books and started doing homework in the car. And I said something along the lines of like,
she gets her brain.
Yeah, she gets that from her uncle or something like that, which is a complete fabrication. Like that. I flunked out of school. If that helps anybody, like it wasn't. And then Lexi said something, and I didn't respond. She said something smart. I just remembered that it was a smart ass comment, and I was like, "Who the hell are you?" But it was on my brother's Facebook post, and I didn't want to start no trouble, so I didn't say anything. Understand that my life was in turmoil at the time. Like I was going through stuff.
Oh, Nia, I have to check out your page.
I was going through stuff, and I was looking for every cheap thrill I could to fight the pain, and it wasn't working. And a lot of that was like women. Women were my downfall, and I literally got to the point where I said to myself, like, I'm done with women. Like I can't. Like I'm ruining my life. And one day I was sitting in the living room, and my brother calls, and he says, now this is where the story is going to shift a little bit. We have to give you a little backstory. My brother says, hey, his wife at the time, her mom thinks you're cute. And his wife at the time is her daughter. My brother and her daughter met in the Air Force. Got married and had a kid. So that's why you hear me say my nephew.
And I say my grandson.
And her grandson. So my brother calls me one day and he's like, bruh, her name is Tori. He's like, Tori's mom thinks you're cute. And I'm like, who that? I'm like, that must be not like, what is she, like 60? Like, you know. And
I'm not even there yet.
And it turns out that Tori was younger. And that Lexi's only 4 years older than I am. And then that very first conversation it started on Facebook Messenger, and it ended 5 hours later via, were we FaceTiming or just talking? We was talking on the phone. It was 5-hour conversation, and that was it. And we met for the first time Thanksgiving of 2012. Was the first time we physically saw each other, and I knew I was in love the day I met her. Like I told myself, like, this is gonna be my wife. Like, this is it. Like, she's gonna be my wife. And
he did. Like, he literally told me that.
And by December, I don't remember what date, but before Christmas of the same year, I gave up my job, I gave up my apartment, and I moved to New York where she was, and that was
where it all started.
That was 13 years ago. So my brother and her daughter are no longer together for quite some time now.
We're all still family.
But we're all still family, and we're still, But so yeah, like we and Lexi and I have been together ever since.
Well, thanks for listening.
Oh, thanks for listening. Most people hear that and they're like, whoa.
But wow. Then, you think, whoa, and then you're like, but wait, she's only 4 years older than him. So it's not like.
Yeah. We had to tell, like, I don't know how many times we told that story and be like, no, we're not related. At all. Like, there's no blood kinship. Like, we were complete strangers when we met. Yeah, like. So, and that was, like I said, 13 years ago. And then, I convinced her to.
You will find your soulmate. You will. If you don't find them, they're going to find you. Promise.
Don't look.
I promise you.
When you least expect it. But let me tell you something. I will tell you. I don't know if, Nia, you were the one I said this to the other day. But keep in mind, like I said, I was going through stuff. I was a broken man. I was very hurtful. I was very bitter. Like, I was going through a lot personally, dealing with trauma, and then my son was rebelling against me. I was going through a lot, and Lexi saw through all of that, and she stuck by me and helped me get help, and you know, I'm the man I am today. But yeah, so I say that the person that you are supposed to be with may not look like you would think. So just I'm sure Lexi didn't say I'm gonna go find somebody broken so I can fix them, but
here we are.
yeah. So, but she saved my life in every way that it mattered. You are quite welcome there. So, and that's how it happened, like
Being
it
a
just,
parent and being in a relationship, I agree. Parent first and foremost, and then yeah, those are the two hardest jobs. I agree.
yeah, exactly. Like I was doing such a horrible job, man, because I was like I said, I was going through so much, and I was putting my son through so much because I was broken trying to raise a kid, and it was hard. And then there was no help. This was 20 years ago when this was 20 years ago when Ginger. I'm gonna answer that in a second. This was 20 years ago when being a single father wasn't exactly common. I'm sure there was men who did it before, but it still wasn't common. So I was trying to ask for help and seeking advice and stuff. And everywhere I went, people were like, "Well, this is for mothers and children and stuff like that." And then so it was hard. Um, Ginger, yes, we definitely want to do. We've done one already. Well, I've done one. She didn't answer any questions, but I've done one. But definitely something that's on the on the list of things to do is a Q&A.
We have.
As a matter of fact, I'm gonna prompt you guys. I will put up a post in the coming weeks or so, and I will ask you to give me your questions, and then we'll make a vlog and we'll answer those questions. 2024. What do you mean? Oh, what? Huh?
And she was responding to
Oh.
me.
Angel, Lexi has two, a boy and a girl, and I have two, a boy and a girl.
Yeah, I would definitely do it. Absolutely. And yes, Nia, for women, there's always, so many different programs available, and, there's WIC and there's food stamps and there's this and there's that. But when men are in those kind of situations, it's so hard, to get help. Like there's, shelters for women and children, but hardly ever do you find shelters for men and children. You know what I mean? Like it's not easy.
Yeah. So everywhere I went, people were like, "I'm sorry, we don't, but there's nothing we can do." And like, it was hard. Today, my son and I have an awesome relationship. My daughter and I have an awesome relationship. A lot of that has to do with Lexi, teaching me, how to be a parent and be a father, and how to be understanding and not judgmental. Because when you with your kids, you want them to do right. So instead of listening and being caring and understanding, you beat them in the head, and that's what I was doing, and forgetting that I was that age and made mistakes and was trying to figure it out. So
I agree with tough love. There's a moment and time for everything. I also believe that you have to be able to understand your children, and the main thing is having communication, open communication. If your child cannot come to you and talk to you about anything and everything, you need to check what you're doing. I don't have the perfect relationship with my children. However, my children have always been open, to come talk to me, and before they shared anything with anybody else, they shared it with me first, because they felt safe enough to do that. And that was something that I built. It just didn't come. I built that. I was
So
I made
literally,
sure that they knew I was there no matter what. And I'm not a mom. I would never judge you on, I am going to give you my opinion. I am going to tell you how I feel about the situation, whatever you bring to me, but I'm never going to judge you. You're my child. Regardless of what you do, you're still my child.
so it was that dynamic that she had with her children that I was, one thing that was weird is that because I don't have a really good relationship with my mother, um, and that's another topic for another day. But um, and that trickled down to my relationship with my son. So it wasn't until like I saw Lexi with her kids that I was like, wow, like I was like, literally, they call you every day, and that wasn't my experience, with my mom, and again, that another conversation, but that wasn't my experience. So I wanted that with my children, and I needed to figure out how to fix it, and or give it time for them to heal and stuff, and then quite frankly what I did was take responsibility for the things that happened while they were growing up, and I had a lot to apologize for and stuff, and I did, and like I said, my children and I have a great relationship today.
Families are what you create. Family is not just blood, but it's family you create. Oh, absolutely, JJ.
Yeah,
absolutely. Definitely.
Well, I don't. My brother's in here, and out of respect for him, I won't. I won't talk about it because he has his own feelings, and so. But it wasn't bad. Like I'm not gonna say that it. I lived in there were definitely people that had it worse, but there were some things that I felt like could have been better, and I have my opinions about, and that's about what I'll say.
I grew up with both my parents. My mom and my dad split. I was already a teenager. Um, and I never really had like that mother daughter relationship with my mom. So like you said, Mia, I vowed that I was going to do complete opposite with my children. I wanted to have that bond. I wanted to have that, that connection.
Absolutely, JJ.
Um, it doesn't like I felt really strong about that because of the relationship that I didn't have with my mom. I wanted to make sure that I had it with them. Um, so I worked really hard on their trust, on them, always being able to come to me. We never went a night to bed without saying I love you. We never said, see you later without saying I love you. Like there was always, I made sure of that because I didn't have that growing up. Not from my mom, I didn't. My dad, that was a whole different story. I was a daddy's girl, and until my dad passed away, I was already an adult with 2 children, and I was still a daddy's girl.
Yeah. So
That's right, Nia.
hmm
He gives his hardest fights to his strongest soldiers. Remember that.
and that's exactly what it was. It's like JJ, everything I said that I wasn't gonna be, I did. Um, and it was something I saw again with the relationship with her mom, my relationship with her, and then my relationship with my son. And by the time I realized it was right before Lexi and I met. By the time I realized it, it was the damage was already done, and he was resentful and he was upset and angry, and rightfully so, and because he was the kid and I should have done better. It was my responsibility. So
Where you at, Ginger? Wait, hold on. Ginger talk about pastries, guys. Fat girl problems. I wish you guys were in Philly. You would have been coming over to eat
girl, look,
I'm on my way.
Yeah, you didn't seen this. You didn't seen this already on video. Like your boy loves some pastries.
That's right, Nia.
I don't
That's
pretend.
right.
I don't pretend I eat veggies all day long.
I love to say that, Nia. Me too. I love saying that. And that's what got me through all of this, honestly, to today. Is I kept saying he's there's a purpose for this. There's a reason for it. There's a lesson to be learned. And he's gonna get me through it. And he did, and he's still pushing me through, and he still got my back.
Yeah. So, it was.
Yes, I'm on my way.
So it was it was a lot. But like I said, Lexi and I, we went through what we went through, and we never fought with each other. We never, it was never. We knew it wasn't about us. It was about the situation, and we did.
And don't get me wrong, there was times when things got scary, and it was like, oh my gosh, like we don't have money for the next day for this room, and and things would get hot, and we would both literally, like, we would stop ourselves and just separate. And you know what, I'm gonna go sit over here, you go sit over there. We're not gonna take this out on each other, because if we start now taking it out on each other, then we're really not gonna get nothing resolved.
Right. So there were many nights where she would sit in the living room. Our hotel had a separate room for the. It was literally a 1-bedroom apartment.
It was like in a little apartment, yeah.
And she would sit in the living room on the couch, and I would be in the room, and we wouldn't talk for hours. And not because we was upset at each other, but we were both emotional, and you can't rationalize with an emotional person. There's just that you can't. So we knew that we just needed to stay away from each other for a little while and calm down until we figured things out. And luckily we did. Oh, definitely. When we got through, and like we still say it to each other today. We're like, as a matter of fact, we were leaving our daughter's house on Saturday, and as I'm pulling out of the driveway, I'm like, we're going home. Like, Harley, yeah, she's tired. By now, I'm in bed, and I'm laying down, and she's wondering why I'm not laying down right now. Like, she's like, Daddy, let's go.
My best friend.
Yes, yes. It was it is a very good feeling, to put the key into your own place, and be the only, be the king and queen of your castle, and it is, to put your stuff where you want it, and it's a great feeling. Oh yeah, Nia, she's exhausted. She gets up early with Mom at 6 o'clock in the morning, and then she's up. Well, she has separation anxiety, so even though I'm here, Mom's not, and she can't focus. So
napping is not a thing.
So yeah, napping is not a thing. So and then come around, like I said, this time, I'm laid out, and she's cuddled up against me. So.
And she had a long day. She was walking, and
it's an amazing feeling. I can imagine. And you were in a shelter, so I know that was rough. Like, I can imagine.
Oh yeah.
I mean, luckily we were with family, and so it wasn't with strangers. But I can imagine like that. That's rough. But it's a great feeling. It's an amazing feeling. Even sleeping on, even if we had to sleep on the floor, like you sleep on the floor of your own apartment, like that's a totally different meaning.
Oh wow, Nia. Yeah, that's rough. I don't know.
Yeah, wow. We couldn't even do that because we had Harley,
Yeah.
and that was not an option to give her up. Wow, all in France.
Oh wow.
And then in New York City,
and then you were in New York City.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Good for you, Nia.
Any more cooking? Definitely. As a matter of fact, I'm cooking tomorrow. I'm cooking tomorrow because Lexi has to work. Well, not tomorrow. Thursday, because Lexi has to work out of town. Um, so by the time she gets out, it's 6. And she's she's the assistant manager. So I don't know if any of you are in customer service, but sometimes it's very common to not leave on time.
People walk in at exactly 5:58.
Yeah. So
well, you close at 6. It's only 5:58.
So sometimes and I'm just not the type of person. I've never been that type of person. Like even when we both worked, I was never the type of person like, okay, get in the kitchen, I'll cook. I'm hungry or whatever. Like, she told me I don't feel like cooking. I'm like, okay, well, I guess we gonna figure out what we're gonna eat. I'm gonna go find something to eat. That's what it was. And what do you like doing as hobbies, babe?
Crafting. I love creating things.
Right, JJ. Yeah, she's an avid crafter. She is amazing. And once we can, hopefully, money from YouTube starts coming in, and where we can look forward to that. Then where we can set up shop. And Lexi is very awesome. She had a decent following on Etsy, and we moved and business got slow, so we had to shut it down. But she was she was doing her thing on Etsy. Ginger, our son and daughter-in-law are coming down. They'll be here on Monday. Sometime between Monday and Tuesday, they'll be here
with our two
fur grandbabies. Nia, I do. It's on the pick any video in the last 20, and it'll be linked in the description. However, and again, I'm not saying this because you have to, but there's if you want to keep it YouTube.
Well, she said that's the reason why she's asking, because she says she knows YouTube takes 30%.
Oh well, yeah, but yeah, if you go into any of the descriptions of my videos, like it's linked in the bottom. Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna need those, JJ.
Oh, that's right.
Well, thank you when you for saying when it blows up, not if. You said when. So thank you, JJ.
Oh, thank you, Nia. Thank you. Oh, okay, JJ, definitely. I can do that the next live. I don't have a problem doing that. My brother usually does it for me, but he is a busy guy. And first of all, let me give him a shout out, because he's probably doesn't like when I do this, but he's my hero. My brother is a 20-year plus vet in the Air Force.
He's literally his hero.
Yeah, my brother's my hero. Like
he's his hero.
My brother does some cool ass,
and he's younger than him. That is his hero.
My brother does some cool ass stuff. I don't know how many years. I'm thinking like 23, 24 he's been in. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mike, in the comments, but he's been in 20 plus. He should have been retired. I told him years ago, but he rocks out in the Air Force. He is a 20-year vet, so he is he does his thing. Yeah, JJ, if you don't mind, if you want to do it, I'll make it happen. I'll make it happen. We are going, just so you know, I throw it out here. We are going to go live. We are going to try and do this every Tuesday, with the exception of next Tuesday, because it's family time, and I try not to mix the two. And then especially not everybody is okay with being on camera, so I try not to do that. So next Tuesday we won't do the live. But generally, Lexi is off Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So that Tuesday night, we could stay on, and she doesn't have to worry about getting up the next day to go to work. So we are going to try and do it every Tuesday. So not next Tuesday, but the following Tuesday, We'll make it happen, and we can do the Q&A then. Yeah, my brother is he does his thing. He's been a career. He is the one that convinced me. Well, he didn't convince me. He didn't convince me, but I joined the army. And the reason why I joined the army is because I'm like, I'm supposed to be the
Big brother role model.
the big brother role model. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna let my brother do something with his life and I'm not doing nothing. But I'm a rebel. I clean it up on my videos because I knew that I wanted to make a business out of it. So I clean it up, but I'm somewhat of a rebel. And like I don't mesh nice with authority and stuff like that. So I always knew that it wasn't gonna be a career for me. but he was the one that I was like, oh man, well, I have to do something. And I got out after 5 years and he kept trucking along. Like I said, he's been deployed 100 million times. And like I said, he's my hero. Like he does some real good stuff.
I know it's like we're gonna have to stop in PA to see Ginger. And then when we get to New York, go see Nia. JJ, where are you?
Yeah, what state are you in, JJ?
She said, "Nah, you all the way rebel."
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a rebel. Like if you really want to see hear the unfiltered stuff that doesn't make it into the vlog, like consider subscribing to my Substack. Like that's when
on the way too.
Oh, on the way. There you go. If you really want to hear that, consider subscribing to my Substack, which is also linked in the description. Like that's when those are my thoughts. Like those are my thoughts. Raw and unfiltered. Like it just,
Maryland,
PA, and then New York. Bet. You get a Philly cheesesteak. I don't know what's popping in Maryland, but you go to Maryland, get a Philly cheese and PA and some pastries.
Okay. You're actually from DC. Yeah, that's right along the way.
Well,
my son is in New York again.
Yeah.
So we have my mom is still in New York. So from North Carolina, we just make stops along the way.
I hear the boardwalk. I don't know where in Maryland that is, but I was watching some other creators and they were talking about the boardwalk somewhere in Miami, in Maryland. It was beautiful.
Absolutely, Ginger. Definitely.
Oh, definitely. We don't have a problem. We would love to do that.
Definitely can.
Yeah. New York is about 5 or 6 hours. Oh, we've made that drive plenty of times.
From North Carolina all the way to New York.
We have driven literally up the East Coast, up and down the East Coast, all the way down to Miami and up. I think the furthest we drove was to New York. I've been up to at least Rhode Island, but
closer to DC.
Closer to DC. Oh, okay.
Isn't that where you saying you wanted to go?
I do want to go to DC. I don't know if I want to go these days, but I do want to. I do want to get to DC. You know, I want to see, the Lincoln Memorial and, all the important stuff to this country that I would love to see. I would love to go see that stuff.
I wish you guys could see how she's laying. Not these days. Yeah, JJ, not these days.
What are you talking about, bro? What do you mean I'm close? But yeah, so we try to.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, definitely, absolutely. Like I love to. I understand that I started this, and part of my.
DC?
Yeah, close enough to DC. Yeah, part of my. I worked and I don't say this, but I tell you because we're all family. I worked for Jiffy Lube for 17 years. I'm not sure if you guys know what that is. It's a lube shop, and I worked there for 17 years and worked my way up to district manager, and and I had a lot of responsibility, and I did great. I did great, but I didn't pace myself. I know JJ said that earlier, but I didn't pace myself. Like I wanted to be the best at what I did in the company. And I worked hard to do it. And I gave up personal time. I gave up vacation. Yeah, yeah, JJ. There's some good ones out there, but there's some bad ones. And as a matter of fact, in Maryland, wasn't there a story not too long ago?
JJ,
Wasn't there a story not too long ago? Different franchises, JJ. Different franchises. So anyway, and I worked hard,
they don't have the best rap sheet in a lot of places.
Yeah, in a lot of places, they don't have the best rap sheet.
Unfortunately.
When I first started with them in 2006, there was an expose about them in California for doing shady stuff. Like, it's bad. But, I worked hard. So I gave up vacation time. Even on vacation, like I would take my work phone, I would take my laptop, and I never let nobody cover for me and stuff. And then, after 7-8 years, it got burnt out. So I was so burnt out that last year, like I couldn't even go to work. Like I didn't have the mental energy to go to work. And then I found out the company the franchise I was with got sold. And then that was it for me. Like I was mentally checked out until I was physically checked out. And then that was it. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure, JJ. I'm sure because I saw some of the things that happened in my franchise. Some of the stories I've heard. And my franchise covered a few states. We weren't in Maryland though, but we covered a few states, and I've heard. Believe me, I know the stories. Like that's why I try not to say it because then. People then I have to hear about it or whatever. But like, yeah, there's some stuff because and I'm gonna tell you why this happens. I'll tell you exactly why this happens. Is that a lot of these Jiffy Lube franchises pay like trash. So when you pay like trash, you get a certain caliber of person. And when you get a certain caliber of person, you get a certain caliber of work ethic and pride. And that happens. And that was happening in our franchise, for a long time. They were barely paying over minimum wage. And a lot of those guys couldn't even afford to eat, lunch during the day. So, you're asking these guys to perform at this level and then you're paying them peanuts. And, people that were quality, a lot of people that were quality employees didn't, they weren't going to. I know I can go somewhere here and make this much money. You paying me $8 an hour, $9 an hour. And so that's what happens a lot of times. And I bet that's part of the reason why, stuff happens because, so amen, Ginger. That's right. So, you know what I mean? So,
at best.
Right.
At best. At best.
At best, and it's hard. And how do you luckily and not to toot my own horn, but I felt like I was doing something right because I was a district manager for 10 years and the core of my crew, like 7 out of the 10 stores were the same. I had them the entire 10 years. But it's still hard to convince somebody who's making garbage, who can't even afford to pay their bills, to give you top-notch service. And that was always an uphill battle. And
absolutely, Dan. Absolutely.
Oh, that's right, Nia. Like I'm gonna say it like this, and I don't want it to sound harsh as it's gonna come out, but I don't care. Like I don't care. Like I care in a sense that I want you to be as a person to be happy and healthy and successful and stuff like that. But what you do and how you make yourself happy and whatever, like, this is none of my business. Hey, none of my business. Like, who cares? It will never not be weird to me how people judge other people for what they do in their lives that has nothing to do
to make them happy.
That has nothing to do with them. Like, that will never not be weird to me. I don't get it. Like, so, you do what you do. As long as you're not, hurting nobody or whatever. Like, dude, life's short, man. We ain't none of us gonna make it out of this alive. You know what I mean? Like, we might as well do whatever's gonna make you happy.
You got that right, Nia. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right, Ginger. It is. It's just. Oh, well, thank you, JJ. Like,
you can have people from so many different places. Like right now in this room, everybody's having a conversation. Everybody's talking. Nobody's worried about whose faith is this, whose color is that, who's not doing this, who's in that kind of relationship. We're just all having a conversation, and that's what the world should be like. Why can't we just love each other?
Yeah, like I
if you don't love me, we're gonna respect each other. Respect each other's decisions and opinions, and that's it. Live your life.
Now, I'm not saying that I won't laugh. I will definitely laugh. Like, I will look at. I may get a laugh at it, but I don't get offended. I try to be the most non-judgmental person on earth, because, like, I don't want to be judged for what I do or what I don't do or whatever. Like, let me be. Let me be, and I'm gonna let you be. And
yep.
Unless you do something to me personally, man, life's too short, man. Live your life. I'm worried about what you do. I got my own problems to be worrying about what you do.
Well, the other thing is
with
that
your life, like,
because I'm not in the perfect situation doesn't mean that I don't want to see the next person, make it. I don't want to see the next person doing good. Like, I want everybody to grow. I want everybody to have money in their bank account. Why the hell not? JJ, are you in here? How do you know that? How do you know that, JJ?
Man, like, I don't know, man. Like,
Oh, really, Nia?
In France, that must have been awesome. But, I just, like I said, man, life's too short. Like, live your life, dude. Like, whatever makes you happy, live your life.
That's it. I love everybody.
Let me tell you something. If we would have listened to people when we were dating, we wouldn't have been here. We wouldn't be here 13 years later. So.
Yes, JJ, absolutely.
In a good way, though, JJ. In a good way. I don't know. I think it's because I've been through a lot, man. I've seen the worst in people. I've seen the good in people. And, I'm like, I don't know, man.
I'm the voice of reason.
She is definitely the voice of reason.
Yeah.
And she's the one that tells me, she's like, babe, you're yelling. She's like, bring it down.
Even when he's talking to me, like, he gets, like, the topic, makes him emotional, and he gets, like, real excited, and he'll start getting really loud. And I'm like, babe, you're yelling.
As you should. I mean, that's the way to do it. Oh, yeah, Nia, that's the way to do it. It's like, again, life is too short. Like, to be, I don't know. I say, I'm the type, like, I'm an introvert, and I suffer from anxiety. Like, I have really bad anxiety, but, I try to say hello to people when I walk by. I spark conversations when we go, I try to make people feel relaxed. Like, so when we're at the cashier, when we're in Walmart or somewhere, like, I'm the one that'll spark the conversation with the cashier and say something or whatever. And when we first were together, when I first moved to New York, you wouldn't believe it, but I am. Like, once I leave here, once this turns off, I'm finna go.
JJ, I say the same thing.
Once this turns off, I'm finna go sit in the dark in the room with the door closed. Like, but when we first got together, and I moved to New York, she was like, babe, you can't do that. You can't just be talking to random people like that. And I'm like, why not? Like, we're out here. And one day I did it as we were walking into the building. Some lady was walking in and she had like bags full of bags full of alcohol. And I was like, oh shit, party at your house? And she looked at Lexi like, why is your man talking to me? And that's when Lexi, she was like, babe, you can't do that. I know how to. I just know. I understand. She doesn't believe it either, but I've been in customer service all my life, so I know how to turn it on and turn it off. But introvert doesn't mean that you don't know how to socialize. It just means that socializing is draining to me. So once I'm done socializing, like I won't do anything else for the rest of the day. I'll sit in the dark and won't come out my room for hours on end.
Yes, he uses it. He uses his filtering system when needed. Absolutely.
Yeah, you have to. You have to.
Absolutely.
When we meet for the first time, you'd be like, holy crap, he cleans up pretty good on, like I said, YouTube is all about professionalism. Like I knew I wanted to make it a business. So you can't just be on video dropping F-bombs and whatever. But in real life, it's like seasoning, baby. Like you just,
it just flows. It just flows.
I am who I am, and this on the same. I clean it up a little bit, for professional reasons. Yeah, it's just draining. It's just draining. So I know how to do it when I can do it when I need to, and then when it's done, I'm like, all right, bro, like even with Lexi, like I'll go in a room and we won't say anything for hours at a time. She'll be on her side, I'll be on my side, and we'll just.
But we need to be in the same room.
Yeah, but we need to be in the same room. Yeah, so it really is draining. I just, like I said, I was in that. It was my responsibility to be that person because I had to. My success at what I was doing counted on it, so I had to be, But she'll tell you when I came home, like I didn't hang out with nobody. I didn't go to the club, and when my company would do like after work functions and stuff like that, I came home. I'm like, oh, I want to go home to my wife. Like I want to hang with you guys.
Oh, definitely. We do that a lot.
Yeah. We are perfect. We believe that two people can do two totally different things and still spend time with each other. Like we're still.
Yeah, definitely.
We're still connected. We're still, we still talk when, but she's an introvert too.
Nia.
Like she's.
Ginger said, you seem like you could be a good correctional officer at a prison. Have you tried to get into that field?
No.
But I will say that while he has never thought maybe of doing it in that way, as far as like correctional officer, one of Carlos' dream is to be somewhat in that kind of field where he's helping people in that kind of way. So maybe that's
and I know a lot of people say this, and because there's so many fakes online and stuff, and it makes me cringe to say it, but I am a coach. Like that's always been. I was coaching people before I even knew it was a profession. Like I always thought the only coach I ever thought there was like sports coaches. So I always thought that I would love to be like a basketball coach or a football coach or something like that. And through my time at JetFlu in a leadership position, that's literally what I did. I coached my employees, and I would coach them in ways that not only helped them at the job, but in life. So I would tell them I would give them life principles that they can apply at the job, but they can take anywhere. And like literally, that's my dream. That's why I started a YouTube channel, because I believe it's my gift. It's something that I love to do. And to give you a little story, we're running out of time. We're a little over our time, but just to give you a little quick story, I worked myself to the bone at my job because I wanted to be the best. And throughout my time as a district manager, I was one of the top 5 district managers out of 30 in the company. And in 2018, I won it all. Like I earned it all. Like I was the district manager of the year. And once I achieved that, I think that's where my mental for the job started dissipating, because I said to myself, I was like, okay, so now what? Like, this is now that I've done this, like, what's next? Like, what's the next goal? Like, to do this all over again? I didn't see the point
Yes,
of the
Ginger.
fight to do it all over again. So I literally said to myself, well, now the mark of a great man is which one of my employees, or all of them, if I could, have them reach the next level and achieve the greatness that I have and achieve the success that I have. And that's what I did. I produced 2 district managers before I left. I helped them. I helped 3 of them buy their first homes. I will not help, like I didn't give them money on nothing, but I coached them on how to save and get their first homes. And one bought his first brand new car and stuff like. So, like, literally, coaching is what I do. It's something that I'm proud to do, and I love it. And I do it for free if I didn't have bills to pay.
A mentor for kids. Yes,
Well,
Ginger.
my brother suggested a YouTube channel to me because 5 years ago I told him that one of my goals in life was to open a rec center for young boys, because I wanted to help them. I feel like there's a lot out there for women to teach girls how to be women. I don't feel like there's a lot out there for boys, and I feel like if we catch them early and do something, and where we teach them, things like how to budget, how to tie a tie, how to write a resume, or how to start a business and how to follow your dreams, and how to invest and stuff like that. Like, I would love. That's one of my goals. That's one of my dreams to do, and that's, like I said, that's one of the main reasons why I even started a YouTube channel.
How to pull their pants up. Yes, JJ.
Yeah,
We were
JJ.
just talking about
Exactly.
that
Yeah, we were just talking about that. No, I never.
Not a correctional officer.
I never, because like I said earlier, I have a problem with authority. I heard somebody explain it like this, and it was the perfect way to articulate it. I just never found the person that I thought should be my boss. Like, that's just how I thought. I just never found the person that thought. So I always had a problem with authority, and it's just who I am. I follow rules that I feel like make sense or whatever. But then, like, if it doesn't make sense to me, like I said, I'm a little bit of a rebel. So I just never found the person I thought deserved to be my boss. So I never got into that. Thank you, Nia. Like, yeah, like, so that's what I love to do. So that's what I was passionate about. And, I would love to do that in a way somehow. Okay, you're right, JJ. A lot of bit of a rebel. But as a matter of fact,
see what I'm saying? Not a little.
As a matter of fact, I can't show you, but I can't put my arm upside down. But there's literally I don't know how to show it. That picture right there. What it is, I'll take a picture of it and I'll put it in a video so you can show it. But it's literally a picture of a skull with draped in the Puerto Rican flag colors, and it says in Spanish,
rebel until
until I die. That's what it says. Yeah, like some people are just like that. Like, some people are just those type of people, and I don't see nothing wrong with it. Like,
yeah, he's got a few of them, JJ.
Yeah, I got a few of them. Yeah, it does say rebel. It's in Spanish, but it says rebel. It says rebel until I die. But I believe in doing right. I believe in helping others and stuff. Like I want to do it my way. I don't like to follow the norm. I don't like to follow social rules and stuff like
Thank
that.
you, Dawn. Thank you for stopping
Hey, Don.
in.
Thank you for stopping in.
We appreciate the love and the well wishes. You guys, you don't know.
Let me tell you
You
something.
guys are awesome.
I've been at YouTube for 5 years, and I never thought, while I wished and I hoped and I prayed and I fought for it, I never thought that I'd be at this point in this journey. And it feels so amazing to be here, to have, an audience. And
that would be a piece of cake for Carlos Ginger. Like that would make his day.
Again, so not to toot my horn on, or even though JJ said I should, but
we only go by what JJ
we
said.
used to Lexi when Lexi was deep in the crafting. I used to host it because again, Lexi wasn't, she's not really a camera person, so I used to host it, and that's what I used to do. Like people would come in, and I would give advice. I would, somebody would ask a question, and then I would go on this rant and give advice. Like that's I don't know, like that. I feel like
that's Carlos.
Yeah, that's just me. That's just me. That's what I love to do. It's what I'm gifted at.
Saludos.
Greetings from Ohio. What's that say? Dios los. What's that say?
Acompañe siempre.
Okay, but don't say it in Spanish. I'm trying to ask you what.
Oh, I thought you wanted me to read it in Spanish so you could repeat it.
No, what's that mean?
May God bless you always.
Oh, thank you. Same to you. She is more now, and only because, like, she sees, like, she's like, oh wow, we're here. Like, this is.
I'll be honest with you guys. I think for me on YouTube has been the engagement. So when people are like making comments on videos and stuff, like, they'll direct something directly to me personally. Oh, Lexi, I like this, or Lexi, you did this or that. So now it's like, okay, so now I have to respond. Like, I can't just be like, oh no, I'm too shy, I don't want to respond. So that's what's opening me up.
Yeah, so
yes, the interactions, like it's it's like, okay, so people are seeing it and people are actually making comments and saying my name. So now I'm just like, okay, I have to respond. Like that's just who I am. Like I feel like I have to respond to everything.
Yeah, I try to answer every comment. I try to say something, reply back. I mean, I'm sure, hopefully, one day it'll be a point where I won't be able to, but until that point, like I will do my best to answer every comment, to reply to every comment. But yeah, it's it hits different when it's a community and people are
Right.
Are vibing and like, hell yeah, like I've been through that, or I've done that. When the video I did with the toothpaste, I was like, I'm sure we all been here. And so many people are like, I don't know. There were so many people like, I do that with everything. Like I do that with everything. I cut the ketchup bottle off in half, but yeah,
Absolutely, Nia. I love it. Like I love to respond back, and the negative comments I don't, I've only responded one time, but Carlos usually just blocks them or whatever and keeps it moving. But I love responding.
I try because, and the reason why I try, and yes, Nia, you're right. There, God willing, it'll be a point to where I won't be able to. But I try to do, even if you do like a pinned comment to say, hey, because I know what it's like to, make a comment and then like you don't even get a reply, you don't get a heart, you don't get nothing. It's like, the hell did I comment? I made your channel, I helped your channel, and I don't even get some kind of reply. And and I think that it means more, when somebody's like, oh, like he actually talked to me, like, so. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Like the community aspect of this is big to me, Um,
I
and
think that'll be a long, long time before Carlos actually
yeah,
gets somebody to do it for him.
like
Again, like this part of it is what he's doing. He did this was for the engagement, to be able to talk to people and have friends all around the world, like that's so for him to not be responding to them personally would be a hard thing for him.
yeah, I don't think that like I said, I may not be able to do it individually, but to be able
Right.
to
Right.
pin
Yeah,
it,
at least an emoji, a heart, or you know, a thank you, something. Right.
to
There's
pin a
just
comment, pin a long comment and answer a few, the most questions I can, in that
yeah.
something, I'll figure it out. Like I'll figure something out. But like I said, it's the community. It's not, the views are nice because, that's literally how we're going to make money. And, so growing the community of subscribers are great. But, like I said, it's about the interaction, about the communication, it's about having deep conversations. And like, that's what
JJ.
I love. I mean, that
Every now and then
sometimes it,
every now and then you gotta,
studies have shown that it does be like that sometimes. So, we're gonna be on for another 5 minutes or so because Lexi worked all day and she's tired, so I want to get her to bed. So just a few more minutes, but
Harley's knocked out.
it does, sometimes it be like that, but it is what it is, but we have a.
Oh, thank you, Ginger.
Thank you, Ginger. But like I said, we will do.
I think one of the things that's important to remember also is that and this was something that when I was going live for my crafting business that I was very particular about. And not to say that I picked and I choose who I responded to. However, those folks that were with me from the start, like the way you guys have been here, like that's my family. You know what I'm saying? Like those are my peoples. Like when they say something, I'm always gonna respond. My DMs will always be open. My DMs were always open. So you guys are family. Like
Thank you, Nia. Well, we try. If there's a better, if there's a better time to do this, like if during the day works better, on a particular day or earlier in the afternoon, like it'll have to be when Lexi's off. But if there's something better, I just figured like 8 o'clock might be late enough that people can get on. But like I said, this is we'll talk.
It looks like most of us are on the east though, so it looks
We'll
like
talk more and
My shelf is holding up just fine, Nia. Just fine.
What shelf?
That one.
Oh. let me tell you, when she was building it, like I was thinking of the short in my head. I was like, oh, now I have to do this video like this.
I would love to show you the back. The front says "You are enough." It's big. Can you read it?
And the back says, "Dear person behind me, the world is a better place with you in it. Love the person in front of you." So somebody was selling them on Instagram, and I suffer from mental health illness. So, and I'm big on I don't know if I can say it on like taking yourself out, like unaliving yourself. And that whether you're a man or a woman, but I acknowledge that there are way more men that do it than women, and I suffer, and I'm not gonna tell you that I've never felt like that before. So I wanted to support the message, and I got 2 sweaters. And the small one was too small for her, and this one was too small for me. So she wound up getting it, and so she wore it. So it was awesome.
Oh, that was JJ that was asking about the shelf. Yeah, and my shelf is doing just fine. JJ, just fine, just fine. And I built it by myself.
Yes, Ginger. We eventually would we would do it. We don't have one now because it costs money. But eventually, we would, once I start once I start making some money from this, from my content more, because right now, Lexi Lexi pays all the bills. Like she, it's just her because I haven't been able to find the job. I'm either I'm been too experienced or not experienced enough. And so I haven't been able to find a job. So she's, I don't want to just add stuff to her plate. So once I start making enough money to where I can contribute from this content and stuff, it'll definitely be something that we want to do.
But thank God with therapy, and now I celebrate life. That's it. Love life. Yes.
That's right, man.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
That's right, JJ. Go Lexi.
Well, I hope so, but I'm gonna keep trying to do what I'm doing now, and it better come before before this channel gets any bigger. Because at that point, I'm like, well, I made it this far. I might as well just keep going. But literally, I apply and I get 90%, 95% of my resumes don't even get open. As a matter of fact, I don't know if y'all saw the video, but I mentioned this in the video. I applied to a McDonald's. They told me I passed the assessment, would love to interview me, and then sent me an email that said, we have no openings for interviews. We'll contact you when we do. And like literally that was it. Aldi's did this, and there was a few Aldi's, Mattress Firm. There was a few companies that took me to 3 and 4 round of interviews, and then
it's horrible.
And then ghosted me. There was a not Chick-fil-A, cookout. There was a cookout. So I go to the cookout. I got the interview for a week in advance. During that day of the interview, I go there. I sat in a room with other applicants, and we were literally told for 30 minutes, explain how there was a 7-week training process. And then we got interviewed one at a time, and I was the last person to arrive. So I was the last person they talked to. They talked to everybody else for 10 to 15 minutes. And when I got up there, they asked me, they're like, oh, tell me about your restaurant experience. And I said, well, I don't have any, but this is where I worked. I was in the quick lube industry. And so I know about front-facing customer services. I can handle a cash register. I know about, cleanliness and, I know. And then I'm like, you literally said that I was going to go through a 7-week training program. And they were like, well, you don't have experience. But I'm like, you just said in the room back there that I was going to go through a 7-week training program. And that's how it's been, I have, I can't get a job. I've had people tell me things like, well, stop applying to manager jobs and just try to get anything. But I had 20 years experience doing what I was doing. And I've made, the first question that people ask you was, well, what were you making? And I can't lie, like, this is what I was making. Oh, well, we can't pay you that. I know you can't pay me that.
I applied for this job that I knew was paying this.
People don't, and the reason is that they know if I hire you at $18 an hour, the moment something comes along that's going to pay you $100,000 a year, you're going to leave and go. And it's true, I would. Like, I would.
That's true for anybody.
But who wouldn't? You know what I mean? Like, and I've done that myself. I have not hired people at a certain wage because I knew that the moment something comes along, they find something that they were going to leave. And I've done it too. So I totally understand. But, it's like, I apply to industries and they're like, well, why don't you go back to the auto industry? And I'm like, well, if I wanted to go back to the auto industry, I would have applied to the auto industry. But even in the auto industry, I'm like, they're like, no. So, yeah, I've tried Walmart. I've tried Amazon. I've tried Target. FedEx, Aldi's, Food Lion, Harris Teeter, Publix. I've tried a bunch of stuff, and like I said, if I get responded to, BJ's, Costco, and like I said, most don't even, I've applied to where she was twice, the storage facility she's at now and the storage facility she was at in Florida, and got denied. Like, no, I've had people tell me, well, dumb down your resume. And I'm like, well, I was at the same job for 20 years. Like, do you know how bad it looks to say you worked with a company for 20 years and you only made it to this level? Like, that doesn't look good at all. I'm like, how am I supposed to make my resume not show that I have all this experience? And
Yeah, it's crazy.
the truth is like, with my experiences level, they can hire somebody with a third of the experience and pay them half, not even half the money. And that's, people don't want to hear that, but that's the truth. Like, that's what's going on right now, you know? So that's why I had to strive for this YouTube channel. I'm like, I gotta build something. Like, I gotta make, money somehow, some way. And you know, so, and I tried delivering food, but it wasn't a go for me. Like, I was spending way more money. I was in Florida in the heat, and I had Harley with me because we weren't comfortable leaving her in a hotel room by herself. So I had, we were running the AC, and literally I would be out there for 4 or 5 hours and wouldn't make a dime. I was spending more money just keeping gas in the car than I was, making to survive. So,
yes, Tania, so messed up.
So right now, this, even the little bit of money I've made since I've been monetized is the most money that I've made in 6 months, 7 months, because I tell her every time I tell Lexi, I'm like, I applied here, and then when I get the rejection letters, I send them to her. I'm like, look, they rejected me. One company told me, you look like you would be a good fit for this company, but we went with somebody else. As a matter of fact, I tell you, Lexi applied to a job. Then she did an interview, got rejected, and then like 2 days later, they called her for an interview, and forgetting that they had talked to her. No, they told her
that. Yeah,
they didn't. She didn't get rejected. They told her that the position was filled or something like that.
I got a letter after the interview. Hey, the position has been filled. Blah blah blah. Thank you for your interview. And then 2 days later, this recruiter is calling me again, and she's like, your name sounds familiar. I may have already spoken to you, but if I haven't, can you please give me a call back? And I'm like, you interviewed me 3 days ago, lady. Like, what are you talking about? And I got a letter 24 hours later saying that you have filled the position. Why are you calling me again to interview me for the same position that I just got a letter saying that was filled? Like, what are we doing? Has to be.
Yeah, because and then, like, if you look at some of these ads, I'm gonna say this and then we're gonna hop off because, like I said, Lexi's time. But if you look at some of these ads, a lot of 85% of them don't even have paid information involved, and then another portion of them have like these large pay ranges, like from 30,000 to 250,000. It's like, really? And then you have jobs that they'll say something like, well, if you apply, then you have to be willing to work anywhere within a 50-mile radius, and we're only going to pay you $19 an hour. And it's like, dude, 50-mile radius, like, how much of that $19 am I going to spend just getting to and from work? Like, what's the point? And it's stuff like that. And like, I don't even apply. Like, it's a waste of my time. So it just, it is, it just sucks, because I've gotten comments literally. I was like, well, Lexi needs to find a real man, and a man's job is the blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I have never not worked my entire relationship with Lexi. I have never not worked. I've been the provider, and I'm like, it sucks. Like, I hate knowing that, from her standpoint, knowing that she's having to work to pay for everything. And then from a personal standpoint, like, I can't even go get a haircut. I can't even say to myself, oh, I want this, let me go get it. Like, I can't even do that. You know, like that's
who wants to be that? Who wants to?
Yeah, who wants to feel like that? Being broke and homeless is not a life choice. You know, it's like. But anyway, guys, let me make sure we didn't miss. Will you be putting a wish list through Amazon? We have a I don't know how you say your name. Say that again.
Vidalina.
Hello, Vida. I don't know how to. I can't. I'm sorry. I don't want to butcher your name. I'm sorry. So, hello, Vida. We do have a Amazon wish list. I don't know how to attach it to the channel. I don't know how to do that, but I'll figure that out. But we do have an Amazon wish list. So thank you for asking. And thank you, JJ. Yeah, it's like, you know, it sucks, you know, like I'm the damn man. Like it's my job to take care of my wife and my family.
He always has. I had everything, you know, I had the cars and the house and the money in the bank, and I went shopping every weekend. I did all of that. So, you know, I have to remind him sometimes, like, it's okay. Like, I get it. It's a struggle. And while I'm not making what he was making when I wasn't working, right? When he was providing, you know, he had the big salary. You know, I don't have that salary. So it's different. You know, what I can do is provide for us to maintain what we have. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but I get it. It's, you know, it sucks.
So, anyway, I'm getting a little emotional here, but we're gonna hop off, guys, because like I said, my baby's tired. She worked all day, and but like I said, we're gonna try to do this every Tuesday. And I'll keep you guys informed. Like I'll literally pay attention to my community post. So I'll keep you guys informed. But we're gonna try to do this every Tuesday. So, but with the exception of next Tuesday, because we'll have our son here. We'll have family here. So we don't want to do this with family here. But thank you, Nia. Thank you. Yes, the struggle is real. But so we'll, like I said, not this Tuesday, but the following Tuesday we'll be on Vida. I would check if you're still here. I will check to see how I can add that to my
thank you, JJ.
Channel, if that's a possibility. Thank you, JJ.
I thought we did at one point.
Good night, Ginger. Good night.
Good night, Ginger.
I don't know how to do that, but I will look into it. And again, just there's a vlog coming out tomorrow, but always pay attention. If you don't already, pay attention to my community post. Go into the subscription, like at the bottom of the app, go into the subscription feed. Or if it doesn't automatically pop up, you can hit the little circle with my pictures on it, and thing will pop up. Okay.
Thank you, guys. Good night.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for showing up. Thank you for being here.
And if we don't see you before then, happy Thanksgiving, guys. And thank you for being a part of our family. We love you guys.